Good day, dear viewers, and welcome to the Emporium of Creativity that is Butch's Resin Creations. I'm your host, Butch, and I'm here to share my latest fantastical video with you.
A southern man with steady hands, as crafty as can be.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Well, today's video started out as a very late Halloween video, but unfortunately things happened and I wasn't able to finish it. It probably took about maybe a month or so, bits and pieces here and there to put this thing together. So, and then along comes the Skull Sunday collaboration, hosted by Lula, the sweet Lula over at Nerd Goblin Art. So now I get to use this video. So as you can see, I wanted to show everybody a detailed video on the way my art kind of takes shape, kind of the process of what I go through every time. So as you can see, I'm using some modeling paste, pushing it through a stencil, trying to get it as even as I can, fill in all the holes and everything. I try to be perfect, but sometimes it doesn't always work. But anyway, so then you dry it, go through all that rigmarole, and then it's like a band-aid. We're going to rip it off real fast. So we just dry it off and let it cure up. And as you can see, I've taped around. I've created a frame around the canvas with painter's tape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start. Actually, I'm first going to color it. So thought red would be pretty. Like I said, this is still kind of a Halloween video, but it's a skull thing, so blood, skulls, you know, the whole 9 yards. It's a good thing. So just painting it red. Oh yes, my rotating spindle. I love this thing. You don't have to pick it up. You can just spin it around as you go around, and it's so much easier. Makes a little noise, but you know, hey. But since I'm doing a voiceover, you're not going to hear that. And again, this is a different thing for me too, because I normally waffle on during my videos, but I decided I'd do something different with this. Again, I wanted you to see the whole process of what goes into my art. And I hope you're not bored with it, but I also have a story about this. So anyway, so now I've painted it. I'm going to rip the tape off slowly, hopefully. But it was really good because luckily, fortunately, when I took the tape off, I didn't pull up any of the paint other than the modeling paste that I had over on the tape. So all the black stayed in, and I didn't peel any of the paint off. So, you know, it was all good. So again, this is Skull Sunday collaboration, again hosted by Lula at the Nerd Goblin Art. And as you can see, this is the skull and skeleton, or the owl and skeleton candle holder I believe I got from Temu. So I'm going to let y'all watch this process really good, but again, this is going to be different for me because I'm doing a voiceover, but I also found a story about a skull, a skeleton, and an owl. So I thought I would share it with you while this is going on, and you watch this process of creation, taking shape, and at the end, there'll be customary pictures at the end, as well as whatever else I can find. So without further ado, here comes the story. The Owl Who Spoke to Bones. In the valley where the fog never quite lifted, there stood an oak tree so old that its roots had forgotten where they began. Its bark was split with age, its branches twisted like arthritic fingers reaching for the moon. Travelers avoided it, animals passed silently, but high in its hollow crown lived Eldrick, a barn owl with feathers the color of ash and eyes like molten amber. Eldrick had lived many lifetimes of mice and moonrises. He remembered when the valley still had laughter in it, when lanterns flickered along the road and bells rang from a chapel now that lay in ruins. He remembered voices. Owls, unlike men, remember everything. On a night when the moon hung thin and pale as a cracked bone, Eldrick heard a sound he had not heard in decades. A voice. It came from the forest floor, from beneath the oak's roots, and it said very politely, "Excuse me, is anyone there?" Eldrick ruffled his feathers. The forest had not spoken to him in years. He leaned forward, talons gripping the bark, and peered downward. There, half buried in the leaves and ivy, sat a skeleton. It was missing a leg below the knee. One arm was detached, resting several feet away as though it had wandered off on its own. Moss grew in the crevices of its ribs. Even a beetle had claimed residence inside its skull, peeking out through the one eye socket. The skeleton lifted its skull and waved with 3 fingers. "Hello, I seem to be stuck." Eldrick blinked once, then twice. Owls do not scream. But if they did, this would have been the moment that he would have screamed. Instead, Eldrick spoke. "You are dead," he said carefully. "Yes, quite so, and for a very long time now. And yet you speak." "Yes, that's been confusing for me as well." Eldrick tilted his head nearly upside down. "What are you doing beneath my tree?" The skeleton paused, as though embarrassed. "Well, I believe I fell." The man who became bones. The skeleton's name, it turned out, was Corvin Hale. Or at least that had been his name when he still had skin to remember it by. He had once been a bell ringer in the Valley Chapel, back when bells still mattered. He remembered climbing the oak on a dare one winter night, drunk on courage and grief. He remembered slipping on the frost. He remembered the sound his body made when it struck the roots. After that, there was darkness. Then leaves. Then years. "I think I waited," Corbin said softly, "for something or someone. I don't know which." Eldrick listened. Owls are very good at listening. "You waited because you were not finished," Eldrick said at last. "I was finished with living," Corvin replied, "but not with remembering." The owl understood that. Nightly conversations. Eldrick could not help the skeleton down from the roots, nor could Corvin help the owl hunt. But each night, when the fog thickened and the valley became a place between places, they spoke. Eldrick told Corvin about the years he had missed, how the chapel roof collapsed, how the bells were stolen, how the river changed its course, how children stopped being born in the valley. How did it end? Corvin asked. Quietly, Eldrick said. Most endings do. In return, Corvin told Eldrick about being human, about the warmth, about the hands, and about the weight of regret. I thought death would take those things away, Corvin said, but it seems it only took my body. They grew accustomed to each other. So accustomed, in fact, that Eldrick began bringing Corvin small gifts. Shiny buttons from old coats, smooth stones from the river, and a cracked lens from a forgotten lantern. Corvin arranged them carefully in the leaves. I like to pretend I'm still collecting things, he said. For what purpose? Eldrick asked. Corvin smiled. A strange thing without lips. To prove I am still here. The Bone Thief. One night, something else came to the oak. It moved without sound and smelled of a damp earth and hunger. Eldrick sensed it before he saw it. A bone fox. Its body thin and wrong, its eyes hollow pits that glowed faintly green. Bone foxes are scavengers of the dead who do not wish to stay dead. It circled Corvin, sniffing. Ah, a talker. Corvin stiffened. I belong to someone, he said quickly. The fox laughed, a dry clicking sound. You belong to the ground. Eldrick launched himself from the branch without thinking. His wings struck the fox's skull, knocking it sideways. He hissed, feathers flared wide, eyes ablazing. This one is under my watch, the owl said. The fox sneered. Owls do not keep bones. I do, Eldrick replied. The fox retreated, melting into the fog, but not before casting one last hungry glance at Corvin's ribs. Corvin was shaking. Thank you, he said. Eldrick settled back into his hollow, heart racing. You are not prey, he said firmly. Not while I remain. The question of leaving. Seasons passed. Moss grew thicker on Corvin's bones. Eldrick's feathers grew duller. Even owls, for all their memory, feel time in their wings. One night, Corvin asked a question he had been holding for years. Do you think that I am meant to go somewhere? Eldrick was silent for a long time. Yes, he said finally, but I do not think you can go alone. Corvin looked up at the owl. Will you come with me? Eldrick felt something tighten in his chest. Owls do not fear death, but they fear forgetting. I cannot leave the night, Eldrick said. It is what I am. Corvin nodded. Then perhaps I must learn to leave myself. They sat in silence as the moon climbed. Then something changed. The fog thinned, the air warmed, and for the first time since Corvin had fallen, the valley remembered him. The doorway. At the base of the oak, where Corvin's bones lay, the earth began to glow faintly, soft and silver like moonlight on water. The doorway opened. Not a door of wood or stone, but of memory. Corvin felt it pulling at him. I think this is it, he said quietly. Eldrick descended from his hollow and stood before him, wings folded. You were kind, Corvin said. I did not expect that at the end. Eldrick touched Corvin's skull gently with his beak. You spoke, he said. That was enough. As Corvin rose, bones lifting as though carried by unseen hands, he paused. Will you remember me? He asked. Eldrick's eyes burned gold. I remember everything. Corvin smiled, and then he was gone. The doorway closed, the glow faded, only the oak remained. The owl alone. Eldrick returned to his hollow. The valley was quiet again, but it was different quiet, less empty, more complete. Some nights Eldrick still brought small gifts to the roots of the oak, laying them where Corvin had once been. Buttons, stones, broken things. Because memory, like bones, should not be buried too deeply. And when the fog rises just right, travelers say they hear an owl calling. Not a warning, not a cry, but something closer to a conversation, echoing gently through the dark. The end. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That was kind of interesting. I hope I did it justice. Voiceovers are not as easy as they sound. I thought it would be easier just watching it and trying to gauge it as I go along, but it's kind of difficult. But I hope in the end it's going to work itself out, and I hope you really enjoyed it, because I had fun doing it. So we're going to have to try to do some more stories in the future too, if everybody likes this one. I hope you let me know in the comments. All my subscribers, I appreciate you hanging in there with me again. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It costs nothing. It just helps me get to more people. I can't thank you enough for all the support that you've given me over this past year, and watching my videos and commenting and liking and subscribing. It means a lot to me. This new year is going to be different for me. Things are happening that are going to be really interesting, so stay tuned. I'll be updating as time goes by. But as you can see, I'm finishing it up. I hope you enjoyed this process. It's fun. It's rewarding. Can be kind of challenging sometimes even. But it is what it is, or I am who I am. Again, if you've hung in there this long, I can't thank you enough for spending time with me today. And again, there will be customary pictures at the end. I want to thank everybody again for staying with me. It means the world, and this is done. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for staying with me. And until the next one, ta-ta for now.